Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Miracle Mindset Monday for this week. So remember, with a Miracle Mindset Monday, this is just a generalized reading for the week. There are no personalized readings. If you would like your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday sent to your inbox every Monday, you can go ahead and go to my website and check that out. You just go to awakeningmiracles.org. Excuse me. And so with that, let's go ahead and see the decks that we're going to be pulling from for this week. So our first deck is the Nature's Whisper deck. We'll also be pulling from the Oracle of the Angels, and we will be pulling from Denise Lynn's the Gateway Oracle. Now, what I love about the Gateway Oracle is that it actually gives us questions that we can ask ourselves about the affirmation that we are given, which I think is just absolutely beautiful. Then the Oracle of the Angels is another affirmational deck with its messages really in alignment with A Course in Miracles, which is what I study and teach about on my ACIM support group. So let's go ahead and let's start with our Nature's Whisper deck to see what beautiful messages we have for this week. And so a lot of people ask me, what am I asking when I do this? All I'm doing is saying, what is it that you would like us to know to awaken our miracle mindset this week, to get us in the vibration of receiving and accepting miracles? Well, apparently it's the whole entire deck that just fell on the floor that it wants us to know. So let's pick that up super quick. All right, so let's see. Ooh, beautiful. All right, so our first card for this week is the Potential Gateway. So right now we are on the precipice of a potential gateway into not so much higher knowledge, but it is into a way of saying, you know what, this week we have a gateway to clear out the old, so that way we can really make way for new and exciting things. We really have to get clear on our endeavor, okay? Really getting clear on that and saying, okay, what is it that I want here? And not so much from the space of, oh, what's going to make me happy, but what feels peaceful and compelling. And we have to make that decision. Okay, what feels peaceful and compelling in this moment? Whatever that is, I can make that decision to go that way if I so choose, which then helps us to renew our peace. And, that also brings us into this energy of maintaining your childlike spirit. And it does that because we are not thinking that we know, we're not pretending that we know, we are simply stepping in to the moment. So this week it is, we have this potential. Okay, so once again, we have this potential to really get clear on what it is that we want, what feels peaceful and compelling, so that way we can clear out the old, so we can really make a more informed decision as we stay in that childlike wonder of saying, you know what, I don't really know, I'm not here to know, I am simply here to basically let go and flow so that I can renew my peace. Because all too often when it comes to making a decision, we're always very afraid that we're going to make the wrong one. We're afraid we're making the wrong decision. We're making the wrong choice. But it's not ever really about the right choice or the wrong choice. It's about what feels peaceful, what feels compelling in that moment. And that's how you can really begin to discern between what is wishful thinking and what is actually an intuitive hit. So an intuitive hit is what feels peaceful, what feels compelling in that moment. While a wishful thought is more, oh, I'd really like to do this. This way, in this moment, I think this is going to make me so super duper happy. And that's where the big difference is. One is, I think this is going to make me happy. And the other one is, you know what? This feels really peaceful, really compelling. I feel like I should really do it. And if we actually do what feels peaceful and compelling, that's where hope and happiness really do come in, as we really begin to seek that beauty and take that leap of faith. So that is from the Nature's Whisper deck. So let's go ahead and let's go to the Gateway Oracle and let's see what beautiful affirmations we have for this week, along with the beautiful questions that we can ask ourselves to deepen the understanding of the affirmation. Ooh, okay, so we have 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful. All right, so our first card is stepping into stillness. My power is born in the majesty of silence. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's read the questions that we can ask ourselves for this. So stepping into stillness. What do I need to stop or surrender in my life? How can I enter into my own inner stillness? As I become still, what will expand in my life? What will contract? See, and this is why I love this deck, because not only is it telling us, oh, let's step into stillness, it's asking us, okay, if I actually step into this stillness, what am I going to have to stop and surrender to really step into that? So what worry, what concern, what are you going to have to step into? Then how can I enter into my own stillness? So once again, it's asking us, it's putting back on us and saying, okay, well, how can I really step into this? And then as I become still, what will expand in my life? What might contract in my life? So then we have our next one, which is listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. And remember, like my quote said for last week, listening to your heart isn't about listening to your emotions. Not to say that your emotions are not important, not to say that you shouldn't listen to them. But following your heart doesn't mean that you're following your emotions. It means you are following, like we go back to our first part of the reading, what feels peaceful and what feels compelling. So let's see what questions we can ask ourselves for listening to your heart. What or whom do I need to listen to? Is there an area of my life in which I need to listen to my heart rather than my mind? If I was aware of a secret message from Spirit right now, what would it be? And this is actually one of my very favorite questions to ask. And I actually want to kind of give you guys this tool that you can use to better assist yourself with really discerning those messages from Spirit. So we already talked a little bit this morning about what is wishful thinking, which is, I think this is going to make me happy. It seems okay in this moment. And then we have an intuitive hit, which is this feels peaceful, this feels compelling. So that's the intuitive hit, and the other one is just kind of wishful thinking. So if we really want to get in touch with that aspect of ourselves, we just put our hands, you can put it just right over here over the center of your chest, and you just go ahead and you take 3 deep breaths. So let's go ahead and let's do that together as we take this deep breath in. We hold it. And then we let it out the mouth. Just kind of really feel your shoulders relax as you do that. Just feeling your body relax. And then we're breathing in again. We're holding it. We're letting it out the mouth. We're breathing in again. Holding it. And then we're going to let out the sound. As we do that, now we're going to ask, if my heart had a message for me, my heart would say. And then you just say the first thing that comes into your mind, whatever that is for you, first thing that comes into your mind. As soon as you finish that word, my heart says, and then you go from there. And you receive that message. And if you don't receive a message right then, right there, maybe your way is not words. Maybe it's feelings. Maybe it is pictures. Or maybe you just don't get anything right here, right now, and that's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't go into, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Just right here, right now, the message wasn't there. That's okay. You can go back and try again. That's the beauty. So then our last message is soaring into joy. And once again, it's telling us childlike wonder fills my life. So once again, a reaffirmation of being in that childlike mind of, I don't know anything. I am willing to just kind of flow with life, and I'm willing to ask questions. You know, one thing the Course in Miracles says is we do not ask too much. We actually ask far too little. So let's see what questions we can ask ourselves for this week. What gives me the greatest pleasure? And when it's asking you that question, it's not asking you what you do, okay? Because I could say, well, what brings me a lot of pleasure is doing these readings, doing my mentorships, helping. That does make me really happy, but what do I do for me? That's what this question is really asking. What do you do for yourself that makes you happy? And I know for a long time, I didn't know that because my hierarchy was others, myself. I was always at the bottom of the totem pole. And so then I had to say, okay, well, what do I like to do? And that was a fun exploration. It was scary at first, but then I really enjoyed it. Now I like to go, to dancing classes. I like to go to cooking classes. I like to go to the Unity Church that I go to at Camp Chesterfield, which don't forget, I have my in-person workshop there on June the 13th, which is amazing. But I branched out. I went out there and said, what do I like to do for me? What's fun for me? I like to go horseback riding in Brown County. That's super fun for me. But those are things that I like to do. And I don't necessarily need anybody else to do them. They just make me happy. I like to watch my anime. That makes me happy. So once again, it's things that bring you pleasure. It's not necessarily things you have to do for other people, but it's things that you just enjoy doing. What might be blocking my joy? What is the key to experiencing more bliss in my life? And you know what? The beautiful thing that you can actually do with these 3 cards and the questions that we've asked ourselves, you can get back into that heart space and you can actually ask yourself these questions. So you could say, okay, what might be blocking my joy? My heart says. And then first thing that comes to your mind, then when it comes to the stillness card, taking that deep breath in, those 3 breaths, and then asking, okay, what do I need to surrender? My heart says. Or how can I step into my own stillness? My heart says. And that way you're really getting that answer from love. Oftentimes I remember I asked a while ago, Spirit, why is it that you always have us go to our hearts, but you're also telling us not to follow necessarily our impulsive emotions? Like, what is that? What do you mean? And so we have made the heart the center of love, the center of emotions, the center of ourselves. Love really is the center of our lives. And so when we go to the heart, we're not asking the heart, we're not asking the muscle, we're asking the symbol for love. We're asking love what it would have us do or what it would have us know in that moment, which then leads us back to our first cards, which were, where'd they go? Oh, there they are. So I was about to say, where did those cards go? So, which leads us back to our first set of cards, which was, this is a potential gateway that we can really get clear, to clear out the old. so that we can make a informed decision from love. We do that by maintaining our childlike wonder, which helps us to renew our peace, which brings us hope and happiness, which helps us to see the beauty in all situations, which helps us to take that leap of faith, to really trust our hearts, to trust in love, because that's what we're doing. So absolutely beautiful. Remember, if you would like your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday, then you can go visit my website, awakeningmiracles.org, and you can find out more information on that. You can go to the services page, or you can go to the book online page, and both of those pages will give you a detailed description of the Miracle Mindset prescription, or you can look at my other readings, such as the Unfolding Path reading, or the Unfolding Purpose reading, or just a general Akashic reading. Or you can look at the mentorships that I offer as well. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. And I will see you all later. Bye for now. All my love.